Modern Filipino women takes charge of her own success and well-being. Her main priorities are financial security over wealth, quality of life over longevity, and family closeness over satisfying personal needs among other priorities. These are what makes the Filipino women of today truly empowered. She knows what she wants and she works hard to achieve her goals. For this year's National Women's Month celebration here in Germany, be inspired by the empowered Filipino women who are making a real difference as leaders, mentors, and role models in both Philippine and German societies. Who are these Filipinas who embody women empowerment in Germany? Actually, it's a long list, but here are 4 of the most outstanding and admirable Filipino women creating waves in their respective fields. And for today's video, let me introduce to you Miss Jenny Ecleo.
Hi everybody, I am Jennifer Ecleo. I am a mother of 3 boys, a wife to a Filipino engineer, and been living in Germany, specifically in Munich, for almost 9 years now. I was working for BMW Singapore for almost 2 years. So we live in Singapore for 4 years. And because of the project that I made or finished there, I was, let's say, requested to move to Munich as an expat last 2014. After 4 years of being an expat, I now have a permanent contract with BMW headquarters. So I am basically going on my 11th year with BMW. I am an IT project manager within financial services and leading complex IT projects for various EU countries. So yeah, I'm one of that women in IT here in Munich. So Filipinas are very resilient and family-oriented. You go in a country where the language is different from ours, the culture is totally different, the weather is totally different. So to be able to overcome those challenges, it takes a brave and courageous woman to do that. Diba?
Exactly.
And I think if I speak for myself, the challenges is much let's say difficult for a woman, especially in IT, and be able to like prove yourself on the men's world, on the German IT world. And being in Munich, it's also very challenging because of the high competence of all the IT professionals here. So yeah, so that's, I think in general, I would say, yeah, we are very resilient and brave Filipinas. When I'm working with the Germans, I understand how structured and organized they are and how decisive they are when it comes to budget and planning. But then here comes a Filipino or a Filipina coming up with suggestions and ideas that comes out of the box. They're like, sometimes, where is that coming from? And I think we bring that value, or I bring that value in my team, thinking more of not just my experience, but also being more creative and open to suggestions. We have the tendency to, let's say, emotional about comments and feedback. And I think that's what I learned now, that when Germans are giving you feedback or how to improve, you should take that constructively and not negatively, because they mean well. And right after, at the end of the day, they don't care anymore about that. So we should not be balat sibuyas.
Yeah,
diba?
sensitive.
That's some kind of a Filipino trait that we have, that we should be ready for that criticism and take that positively. So at work, I think it's very important that you are consistent and reliable. For me, that's an important trait. that when they ask you to do something, or if you have something to deliver, then you have to deliver. And being working in a German environment, it's really important to have the timely delivery. So you need to show that you are capable, have an open mind, and there are some traits that we have before that we need to, let's say, take out because it's not applicable in the German working environment, and and adjust. Or what I do is I initiate like uh, dinners or lunch, or I try to prepare. Let's say if someone in the team has a birthday, and then I'll try
Wow.
to make something and be thoughtful about it. And then you establish a relationship with them. Once you do that, then it helps, tone down the environment, and then things are more relaxed, and then you can like communicate with them easily. So yeah, and since we are very relational and friendly, diba? We want to have that fun environment. So we bring that fun environment within the team. Okay, so when we first moved to Munich, there are around maybe 500 Filipinos. So the community is so small. So I decided to build a Filipino page, which is Filipinos in Munich. So I'm basically the admin for that. And the main purpose is just to connect Filipinos within Munich. And it has grown into a huge following as well. And that became like a platform for me to connect with the Filipinos. And that's where actually the Philippine consulate was able to reach out to me. And since
Wow.
then, we've been partnering with the Philippine consulate to help them with any activities or outreach happening here in Munich, helping them organize those outreaches or any information campaign that they want us to share with the community. So that became the platform. So there was a time that I was part of the Chamber of Commerce meeting here in Munich, and also met I think connected with the DTI secretary or undersecretary of the Philippine government, and connected with someone with BMW, so
Wow.
that we can do. Yeah, so I don't know how it went
Yeah.
through, but trying to establish that connection, being a Filipino within the company, and then see what we can help together with the Philippine consulate. So
Yeah, it's more of cultural diversity na Philippines and
uh,
Germany
in
together.
Germany. I know it's not an easy journey why you are here, but I want you to understand that there is a reason why you are here. And as a woman, as we are celebrating the International Women's Month, I want you to also understand that we are all a woman of worth, meaning that each of us has a purpose. And I remember a passage in the Bible that saying that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and that's in Psalms 139:14. It's a good reminder for all of us that when you feel incapable or hopeless or simply doubting yourself, bakit ba ako nandito? Or what am I doing, what I'm doing here? Remember that what the Bible says. And God designed you for that specific purpose. And it's very important to have a community. So
Yeah,
you
true.
cannot like grow on your own. So you
Yeah.
need to connect to a community like Filipinos in Munich. We have CCF, which is a evangelical church that comes from the Philippines, and now we're meeting regularly every Sunday. We even have like here, if we have like a new comer in Munich,
Mhm.
so a group of men na sila yung nagbubuhat,
Wow.
parang bayanihan
Bayanihan.
to.
Yeah.
Oo, yung nagtutulungan sila paano to establish yung mga bibili ng mga second-hand stuff, and then they will help each other.
Wow.
So, if you are not connected to a community, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
And wala kang tulong, wala kang support. And pag malayo ka sa pamilya, ang hirap, 'di ba? Na wala
True.
kang ganung klaseng support. So, kaya importante na meron kang you're connected to any community. So,
Feeling inspired by the stories of these empowered Filipino women in Germany? Start creating your own success story. You could even be changing the world.